You can even avail of the group discount kung you have 7 or more friends with you, and you get a free lollipop afterwards when you survive the night. Bakit tayo wala? Why do we Pinoys have nothing like that? Or is getting into your first unwanted pregnancy or your first brawl for men, that one, parang yun na ba yung kimodami siya natin? Why do the Japanese do it? Just think about that. Is it because they're really, really sick people? What they kind of are though, right? The experience of Kimodamashi, I think, returns us to the primal experience. They do this because there is something about being afraid that returns us to what we once were, when we were still living in caves, when we didn't have names for thunder, lightning, when things hunted us as food, as things that lived in the dark, wanted to eat us, or maybe do worse things. Kimodamashi to the Japanese is a humbling experience. It is also a therapeutic experience. I'm sure you're all familiar with that no fear, those of you who want to work in advertising, that no fear slogan. I mean, that no fear logo. What is that? Slogan. Face your fears, live your dreams. It's a very commercialized way of saying it, but maybe after you face your fear, you can live your dreams. Fear returns us to the fact that we are primal beings. That behind you, you start to think that there's a very long line of people who have experienced the same thing. They've lived through it and lived to tell the tale. So, as a corollary, if you're in a haunted house, or if you wanted to survive the Kimodamashi, it sends you a message na if you do survive this, then you can certainly tackle future challenges, even tougher ones. In horror stories, I've always been fascinated by the fact that half the fun of it is it's not happening to me. Ay, kawawa naman siya. It's sa writing circles, a term is bandied around very casually. It's called Schadenfreude. It's German. Austrian? German. It's German, right? It means basically pleasure at the misery of others. Wawa naman yung hinahunting ng monster. Wawa naman yung hinahunting ng serial killer. So I mean, let's face it. The heroes in horror stories are in really, really bad situations. Very bad. So basically, you, the reader, as you're going through the horror story, you can say, "Thank God I'm not possessed by the devil, like Linda Blair. Thank God I'm not being chased by a haunted car, like Stephen King's Carrie. Or thank God the dead just really stay dead." You can name any number of zombie movies like 28 Days Later, Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, a lot of horror movies. And a lot of zombie movies. Oh, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies is going to be turned into a horror movie. So, that would be something to see. With Natalie Portman directing and leading. So, if you haven't noticed, horror is highly educational. Where else do they teach you how to survive a zombie apocalypse? What should you pack if the undead are beating down your door? They don't have a surviving the zombie apocalypse UST. Right? There's no topic. In any case, horror lets us resist yung psychological lack or drought that comes from having no stories at all. At the same time, it gives us the weapons to deal with with our fears. By inoculating us in small doses, parang penicillin, parang fear penicillin siya. So, eventually, magiging manageable na yung fear mo. It doesn't hit you as hard when the undead rise. O, parang nakita ko na to sa 28 days later. I better get my shotgun. I used to remember sa probinsya may mga umiikot-ikot na parang medicine men, mga tambalan, people who are selling this miraculous concoction that can cure anything from a common cold to cancer. I think if you go to Quiapo, there's very affordable versions of those concoctions. I imagine this liquid, it's kind of black. It's like the water from my faucet today. So, horror for me is like one of those miraculous concoctions. It's a mental snake oil thing that traveling medicine men used to use as a cure-all. It doesn't taste very good, but it sure gives you the confidence to charge a zombie horde with just a machete. Maybe screaming all the way, "Banzai!"